You were the one who never caused problems, the one who understood when others didn't, who stayed calm when everyone else fell apart. And somehow, you became invisible. Not because you disappeared, but because you learned to erase yourself so well, no one noticed you were gone. There's a strange loneliness that comes with being the mature one. You don't throw tantrums, you don't demand attention. You've been told you're wise beyond your years. Old soul, responsible, grounded. But here's what no one tells you. Maturity, when it arrives too early, isn't a gift. It's a survival response. And it doesn't just shape how you act, it rewires how you see yourself. You became fluent in other people's emotions before you learned your own language. You can read a room in seconds, know when someone's pretending to be fine, sense tension before it's spoken. But when someone asks you how you're doing, you freeze. Not because you don't want to share, but because you genuinely don't know. You've spent so long being the steady one, the reliable one, the one who holds space, that you never learned to take up space. Here's what matters. You are not broken. You are not cold, detached, or emotionally stunted. You are the product of an environment that needed you to grow up faster than you should have. And your brain did exactly what it was designed to do. It adapted. Let's talk about what actually happened inside your mind. In psychology, there's a concept called parentification. It's when a child takes on emotional or functional responsibilities that belong to an adult. Maybe you mediated your parents' arguments. Maybe you raised your siblings. Maybe you just learned that your feelings made things harder, so you stopped having them out loud. Here's the mechanism. Your brain has a structure called the prefrontal cortex. It handles logic, planning, emotional regulation. Normally, it develops slowly. It's not fully mature until your mid-20s. But when a child is forced to regulate emotions early, their own and others, that system gets activated prematurely. It's like forcing a muscle to lift weight before it's ready. It grows strong, yes, but it grows rigid. You became excellent at suppression, at compartmentalizing, at performing competence even when you were terrified inside. And your brain learned a core belief. My needs are secondary. My value is in what I provide. Not in who I am, but in how useful I am. This is where the erosion begins. Psychologists talk about something called identity foreclosure. It's when you commit to a role or identity without exploring who you actually are. You became the mature one so early, so completely, that you never got to ask, who am I when I'm not taking care of someone? What do I want when no one needs me? Erik Erikson, a developmental psychologist, described adolescence as the time we experiment with identity. We try on different selves. We fail. We embarrass ourselves. We discover. But you didn't get that. You were already decided, already defined. And now, years later, you feel it. A hollow space where your personality should be. Not because you have no self, but because your self was always reactive, built around others, never for you. So how do you begin to reclaim what was lost? Not by rejecting responsibility, not by becoming reckless or selfish, but by slowly, intentionally learning to exist outside the role. Step 1. Name the pattern without shame. Start noticing when you default to caretaker mode, when you apologize for things that aren't your fault, when you suppress a need because it feels too much. You're not trying to stop it yet. Just see it. This is called metacognition, thinking about your thinking. It creates distance between you and the behavior, and distance creates choice. Step 2. Practice micro-assertions. Your nervous system is wired to equate self-expression with danger, so you have to retrain it. Start small.
Order what you actually want at a restaurant. Say no to one thing this week without explaining why. Share an opinion you'd normally keep to yourself. These feel trivial. They're not. Each one is evidence to your brain. I can have preferences, and the world doesn't collapse. Step 3. Reconnect with discomfort. Here's the paradox. You're extremely comfortable with other people's discomfort, but your own? Unbearable. Start sitting with your own emotional weather. Not to fix it, not to explain it away, just to feel it. Boredom, sadness, restlessness, anger. Let them exist without making them useful. This is how you learn. I am allowed to feel things that serve no one but me. Step 4. Seek out identity exploration late. Give yourself permission to be a beginner. Try something with no audience and no outcome. Paint badly. Write badly. Dance alone in your kitchen. This isn't about discovering a passion. It's about discovering what it feels like to do something just because you want to. That's the seed of identity. Step 5. Find people who don't need you. This one hurts, but it's essential. You've likely surrounded yourself with people who unconsciously rely on your steadiness, and you've mistaken being needed for being loved. Start building relationships where you are wanted, not required. Where you can be messy, uncertain, still figuring it out. Where someone asks, "What do you need?" and actually waits for the answer. Think of yourself like this. You've been a bridge for years, strong, stable, connecting two sides. But a bridge doesn't get to move. It holds, it endures, it stays. What you're learning now is this. You can be solid ground and a traveler. You can hold others and wander yourself. You don't have to choose between being dependable and being free. But you do have to stop performing your worth. Your identity isn't found in how much you can carry. It's found in what you reach for when no one's watching. You never were supposed to raise yourself. But you did. And you did it so well that everyone believed you didn't need help. Now comes the second part. Learning that needing help doesn't undo your strength. That uncertainty doesn't erase your value. That you can be incomplete and still be whole. You've spent your life becoming. Maybe it's time to just be.